Action.
You know, some of you in here, I'm feeling by the Spirit of God that you're in a dark place in your life. Nothing is working for you. Some of you, relationships aren't working. Jobs aren't working. You're not making enough money. Bills are choking the life out of you. Your kids are acting crazy. You can't get any sleep, any rest. And all it is that God is trying to get your attention. Because you know why? He's already given you the talents and the gifts that's going to propel you out of darkness into the light, out of poverty into prosperity, out of bad relationships to good relationships, out of bad jobs to good jobs. Some of you, he's even going to make entrepreneurs, but you got to believe that. Now, here's what's interesting. I know you've never heard this before, because a lot of preachers like to preach happy stuff. But I'm here to tell you that darkness is a good thing. I know you're saying, darkness is a good thing. What is this? This preacher is crazy. No, I'm not crazy. I'm telling you, darkness is a good thing. Many things in the Bible came out of darkness. And that's because God is always on the inside of stuff. Now, there's a wonderful favorite song that I love. Something on the inside, working on the outside. So that very thing on the inside that God has placed on you can come to the surface. But you can't just have potential, ladies and gentlemen. That means nothing. That's like having a Maserati, a Aston Martin, a Lexus, and never putting the ignition in and never driving the car. Yes, you have a beautiful luxury car, but what does that mean? You've never driven it. So it's potential. Now, don't let darkness blind you. Darkness is good. Guess what? I know we in digital photography now, right? But in the old days, maybe I'm dating myself, photography was done on celluloid, that was done on film. Guess what? You say darkness, our whole life is dark. Guess what? In order for film to be developed, what? It had to be developed in darkness. Okay? So darkness is a good thing. Now, don't let darkness blind you. Don't let the negative circumstances of life tell you that you can't achieve. Great things in the Bible came out of dark places. Let's prove it. Go to Genesis 1, verse 1. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. See, God even knows. He wasn't just sitting around heaven playing harps and just relaxing and having a good time. Guess what? It says in the Word that he created the universe in 6 days. So what was he doing? He was working the universe. Yes, indeed. He was working the universe. So yes, church, God wants to move in your life, but you have to be a participator. There's cause and reaction. That's the spiritual principle. Let's go to 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 6. Wherefore I put in thee in remembrance, that thou stir up the gift of God which is in thee by the laying of hands. I don't have time to get into all the exegesis of that verse. But basically, Paul is basically telling Timothy, encouraging him, put in remembrance, don't forget the gifts that you were given through the impartation and laying of hands. That's important, ladies and gentlemen. That's what's going to get you out of your current dark circumstance. Because God wants you to stir up the gift. He wants to move in your life. And then what you have to do as a participator is you got to work with God and begin stirring up that gift. Cut. I think that's all we need.